here's a quote. Chris Hemsworth says he still can't forgive himself for Thor, Love, and Thunder. And this is what he said. He said this: I got caught up in the improv and the wackiness, and I became a parody of myself. I didn't stick the landing. And then the next thing he said is this: Chris Hemsworth thinks that he owes the fans another Thor film after what felt like a whiff with Thor, Love, and Thunder. So, how do you feel about Chris Hemsworth saying that about Thor?
Uh, I respect him for it. Like, I don't think that this is an easy thing to say for someone like him. He is one of the OG MCU stars, and for him to say this, it's definitely, um, it's one of those third rail things to say as an actor in a franchise like the MCU. But I think it's important at the same time for him to let us know, like, hey, I wasn't feeling that movie either. I think this is kind of where we went wrong. I would love to be able to bring justice back to the character. That's kind of what I took from it.
Yeah, I am really happy because Taika didn't own his stuff, and I kind of don't respect. I kind of lost a lot of respect for Taika because, like, if you put out some trash, at least admit it. And so I was a little frustrated about that. So
Yeah.
I am happy that Chris Hemsworth is speaking out saying that it was mid because it was.
Mhm.
And someone like Chris Hemsworth, bro, like you could tell, bro, he's actually embarrassed. Like after filming that crap. So Chris Hemsworth did say one more thing, bro, about Thor, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, so Chris Hemsworth says that he became frustrated with how Thor felt replaceable like a security guard for the Avengers, and this is what he said: I would read everyone else's lines and go, oh, they've got cooler stuff, they're having more fun. What is my character doing? It was always, you've got the wig on, you've got the muscles, you've got the costumes. Yeah, I'm part of the big thing, but I'm probably pretty replaceable. Would you say that in the era of Thor 1 to Avengers Age of Ultron, do you think that was the case? Did you feel like Thor was a replaceable character?
No, not at all. First of all, there were so many iconic scenes in all of those movies with Thor that like were turning points in their respective movies.
So back to Thor 5 real quick. Do you think they should abandon the Hercules story and just go a whole other route?
You know, I first of all, I really like that actor for Hercules. He is incredible in. Oh my god, why am I blanking on the show? What's the soccer show on Apple TV that everyone
Oh,
loves?
with
Let me look it up.
I know but it's like a really big show. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's my mom's favorite show. She's obsessed with it. Ted Lasso. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Ted
Ted
Lasso,
Lasso.
great show, great
Yeah,
show.
he is amazing in that show. I think that guy would be awesome as Hercules. But I listen. I think they need number one. Hercules can't be a comedy Hercules, and number two, like they really wasted Gore, the God Butcher, and Christian Bale. Christian Bale is, easily, like, in my opinion, top 5 actors in the game right now. I mean, he is really just, he is probably the most talented actor the MCU has ever had in the role of a villain. And they absolutely wasted him. Like, wasted him. So I think Thor 5 needs a really good villain. And I think that that's one of the problems that Thor movies generally have. Like, I think Thor 2, a lot of people are iffy on the villain. I think Thor Ragnarok, obviously everyone loved Hela. Obviously everyone loves Loki. But I think that Thor 3 and Thor Dark World and Thor Love and Thunder, oddly enough, like as great as Christian Bale is and as great as Gore the God Butchers, I think they failed with it so bad that whether people realize it or not, I think that they didn't do a good job with the villain, and it impacted the movie. And I think that they really need a formidable villain in Thor 5. But I think that more important. It's more important for them to have some kind of journey for Thor that's like a definitive finding himself again kind of story, kind of the way it was in Infinity War. And it's crazy that we have to like go back to him having a journey like that again.
I like the idea of Hercules hunting Thor throughout the film. I think that's cool. And then in the end, they team up. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I don't really know who the villain could be. I would love to see something to where Thor sees Loki and finds out that he's like the time god. Basically, I would love to see that in Thor 5. But I mean, I'm not really sure what to see, but all I know is that I just want a gritty Thor movie, get back to the elements of what, Thor 1 and Thor 2, even the Avengers 1 Thor, and really get to where like Thor is just a man that seeks peace, a man that seeks peace but loves war. That's kind of the Thor that I love, that I felt in love with Paul's when I was younger. No Diddy. All right, so let's read
no
some
love
of these
and thunder either.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, right. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Huh? All right. Which Thor brought the Asgardian accent back? Thor from Avengers. What is how I want the MCU Thor to be portrayed 100%.